Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Ash, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ash Knows Travel, where I help travel advisors grow their businesses with tools, trainings, and insider strategies. And tonight, I have a very exciting training for you called Cruise Weddings, where I'm going to go over everything for cruise weddings. So you're definitely not going to want to miss this. And before we dive in, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and tap the bell because I go live every week with trainings just like this. And if you're watching the replay, make sure you go ahead and comment #replay so that I know that you stopped by. So let's go ahead and dive in and get started. Like I said, tonight the training is all about cruise weddings. So this whole week has been wedding week for us, and we went over just weddings in general. We went over destination weddings the night before, and now we're on cruise weddings. The reason I'm breaking these up is because they're different things completely, okay? So make sure you stay to the end because I'm even going to go as far as to show you how to market them. And honestly, it's a lot easier to doing these instead of destination weddings. So let's learn all about cruise weddings. Tonight we're going to go over why people want cruise weddings, how to qualify them, with the key questions to ask, how to book a cruise wedding. I'm going to give you booking examples for most cruise lines. We're also going to go over cool features that cruise lines offer. We're going to talk about group requirements because normally it turns into a group with the amount of people going, and the perks that you can get. Talk about ways to market, tips and tricks for success, and of course some final reminders and the way to get started with talking about cruises. And finally, with the next steps on how to get started to talk about cruise weddings with your clients. So why do people want cruise weddings? Guys, it's a one package. It's a one package deal. You've got the ceremony, and then after the ceremony, you got a whole honeymoon tapped into it because they normally like to get married within the first couple of days on the ship. So after they do that, boom, it's a whole honeymoon built into one package, and they can go and enjoy vacation and the wedding together. They can bring their family and friends, right? It's not going to cost them a lot. Then inside of that, it also includes meals, entertainment, the lodging. It's very cost effective compared to land weddings. Land weddings can cost anywhere from $20,000, $30,000 as to where you can easily get married on a cruise for like $2,000. And that's just the wedding package. And then the max, maybe $5,000 is you would have to spend for a cruise wedding, right? So this comes with also easy planning because the cruise wedding departments, they take care of everything. It's for us and for the clients. You just tell them what they want, they get everything set up, and then you show up, and that's it. They like that. What are some cool features that cruise lines offer? So these are just going to be advantages that your clients are going to want to be interested in on top of just booking the cruise itself. They have options for group photos with onboard photographers. They will do wedding photos too. They have packages for that. They also normally get priority boarding for the wedding party. They will have options for like private cocktail parties and receptions. They do also have reserved dining space for groups. And then they do have like different decor options depending on the ship. And some cruise lines will give you an option to do a private island ceremony wherever they're docking at. Sometimes they will go off the ship and do them too, but it just depends on the cruise line. It's not very popular. Most of the times it's just wedding on the cruise ship itself. Next part. How do we know this is a good fit for our client? We need to qualify them. So when it comes to the weddings, we need to first find out the date, right? Once we find out the date, now I want you to take a little bit further. Are they going to the Caribbean? Are they going to Alaska? Some cruises go to Europe. Are they going to Europe? That's going to help you figure out what cruise line they want. So now that we've got a cruise line in mind, do they have a loyalty with any of the cruise lines? Is there a program that they're a part of? Or are they flexible with the cruise lines? That's what I really like to determine. So I asked them right away, are there any cruise lines that you actually don't want to do? Or are you cool with all of the cruise lines? Do you have a loyalty program? Just, the basics of qualifying somebody for a cruise. Then you want to go in and ask them about the overall budget available because that can also help decide what cruise line you want. You can't go in with a $2,000 budget for Norwegian. Norwegian's expensive, right? So you have to consider that. Of course, ceremony style, some people like to do on board. Some people like to do the port stop. And then, of course, if they have any special requests or needs, then, of course, you want to go in there and make sure you put those in as well. Key questions to ask. Go ahead and feel free to screenshot this if you want. What type of ceremony do you want? Do you want a private or shared venue on board? Will children be included in the group? That's a big deal. Do you want a legal or symbolic wedding? That depends where they can also get married. Some of the ships allow that. Some of them just do symbolic only. Like MSC is symbolic only. They don't do legal anything. So that also depends. Then, of course, what extras matter most? Photos, flowers, decor, reception. Some cruise lines will be very basic on this, and then some of them will go really deep. So if they're really into how their wedding looks, then you need to take a look and see what each cruise line offers and which one would work best for the client. How to book a cruise wedding. So they're pretty easy, okay? You're going to book the cabin first. I know this says group cabins online is normal. We always book our groups cruises online, right? So we'll start there, but go ahead and just book the group cruise. But before you do that, I need you to call, okay? Typically, this is for Carnival and Royal Caribbean. They all have wedding departments. All of them typically are online. I always just call and confirm that wedding date's available. If it's available, great, thank you. Then we go in and we book the cruise for the bride and the groom. Then you get in contact with the department. You have to book the room first before you call the wedding department, or they will not take you in until that room is booked, okay? Of course, if it's going to be in a setting for groups, you can go ahead and start building the group if you want. You can put them in a group room. That's fine. They just need a room. It doesn't matter if it's a group or not. They just need a room in order to be able to book for the wedding. Payments and deadlines are tracked separately compared to weddings and the cruise. If you're booking the cruise, you will see the cruise. You will not ever really see the wedding side. They handle all of that and they contact the client directly. We don't get paid for the wedding part, okay? So we don't have any part of it. Do I still help my client? Yeah. I know Royal Caribbean's number. I'll just send them over there, let them contact them after I book the cruise. I give them their confirmation. But I can't do anything further than that. They're going to take care of everything for them. So it's nice because we just get the benefits of the rooms and they do all the work for us when it comes to the wedding. So you like that, right? So, symbolic versus legal weddings. Legal weddings require licenses and paperwork recognized by the country where the ceremony is performed. Ship captains may legally marry couples only on certain lines, and a lot of them depends on where the ship is coming out of. I've seen somewhere, I don't remember what specific cruise line it is, but they're only certified in the Bahamas. So when you get married, your certificate's coming out of the Bahamas. Like, it's also where the ship's registered. There's a lot that goes into it. Honestly, symbolic weddings, they're easier and they're more flexible, and they're also way more common for cruise weddings because they have no legal paperwork. The couples handle the license at home, and then the ceremony is just on board for celebration. So I typically push for that, but if there's somebody that's, no, I have to legally get married on board, then you have to do a whole nother level of search and figure out which cruise lines do what. Now, the reason I don't have it listed here is because I used to have a nice list for you guys, but it changes. And I just call and verify like before I do it, because you don't have to call every cruise line because your client's only going to be interested in two of them. So you're just going to call and find out about those two, right? Another thing to talk about, LGBTQ plus and cruise weddings. Many cruise lines welcome the LGBTQ plus community. They also do vow renewals, and I feel like it's more inclusive for them, and it's way safer than doing a destination wedding. So I typically recommend this for LGBTQ plus clients that don't know where to get married. The cruise is a wonderful option for this. Symbolic ceremonies are the simplest option internationally, of course. Some lines like Celebrity and Princess will offer legal same-sex weddings depending on the itinerary and the laws of where they're going. It's important to confirm recognition laws and ports of call. That's if they're legally getting married, you have to make sure that they can legally get married in that port of call. That's because that's how they do the legal ones. They have to stop and do the wedding. They can't do it legally on water. So they have to either base it off of where they're registered at or where they're stopping at. So advisors should position cruises as inclusive and celebratory. Absolutely. I really like cruise weddings. Honestly, you're going to hear me push for a cruise wedding because I'm like, listen, we're going to get on this ship and we're getting married. It's super easy, fun, and exciting. You're not stressed out. I'm not stressed out. Let's go. So highly recommend. Now, here's an example of what it can look like to book on Carnival for a cruise wedding. You're just booking it online like normal, like for the cabin. Then you're going to call Carnival Weddings Department. They do have a non-refundable deposit required in order to lock it in. All cruise lines do. And then they have two options. You can do it on embarkation day, which is the day they are arriving, or the port of call ceremony. So Carnival gives you two options. Not all of them do. Now, Royal Caribbean. So we have cabins booked online via Cruising Power. You call a Royal Weddings team. They have different options all throughout their ship, and it also depends on what ship they're going on, but they typically have the chapel, the private deck, or even they can get married at the perfect day at Coco Cay, which is their private island. They have a lot of add-ons that are great for clients. They do all kinds of like photos. I've seen one where they do the photos with the captain. That's pretty cool. Decor, music, cocktail, receptions, they go all out on Royal. They're pretty normal handling. They're used to weddings here at Royal Caribbean, and that's honestly my favorite cruise line, so I could talk about them all day. Recommend them. Other cruise line options. Norwegian has their own little program called Destination I Do. They have wedding packages that they offer. Princess has the captain can perform legal at sea weddings, so that's because where their ship is registered, they can do it legally at sea. It's not going to happen for everyone. Some of them require, like I said, either on embarkation day or basically when they port. Celebrity, they do on luxury onboard and island venues, but always, of course, review the inclusions before quoting because each cruise line is different. Group requirements and perks. So groups minimums vary by line, but typically it's always 8 cabins that are required for a group. It's not how many people are going. It's not the same like when we do land, we do how many rooms, right? It's the same thing here for groups. Except normally with land, we need 5. And with cruises, we need 8. So when you do these 8 cabins, it's going to give you a tour conductor credit. And then every 8 cabins after that typically will give you another one. Those tour conductor credits are great because they're going to give you options for perks. So you can do free berths, which are technically the cabins, or you can get like cocktail hour, you can do extra commission. Like there's always just something that you can add into it. And the more rooms you get, the more tour conductor credits you get towards the group. Okay. So perks can include onboard credit for people, free cocktail receptions, complimentary rooms. Carnival, it says 1 per 15 cabins. I would verify that. But Royal is definitely 1 per 16 guests. Same thing, same cabins. Norwegian, free amenities like specialty dining or excursions. And then extra perks often increase, obviously, with larger groups. So more tour conductor credits, the more rewards that you get. Ways to market cruise weddings. So showcase weddings and reels. I have a video here. Let me pause it. I didn't know it was going to start automatically. Hello. All right. Oh, go back. Stop. All right. So ways to market cruise weddings. Showcase weddings and reels, TikToks, and mock bookings. That's what I have right here on the right for you. This is on my TikTok. Partner with bridal shops and planners. Attend bridal expos with cruise wedding flyers. You can get them all off of the vendors themselves. They have a lot. You can create a cruise wedding guide as a lead magnet and start giving it out to people. Run Facebook and Instagram ads targeting newly engaged couples. And then, of course, use wedding and cruise hashtags. So there's a couple of ways you guys can take on this market. It's a very large market for weddings, but cruise weddings is a little bit smaller because a lot of people don't know about this. So you can use that as your advantage as a person who educates them, right? I always tell you guys, educate them. They love that. So start pushing it like in the video I'm about to show you online. It's going to take a little bit for it to understand now that you're marketing cruise weddings. So don't automatically just assume you're going to get a cruise wedding booking right off the bat. And it's a little bit of a different market because not everybody's getting married. People are already married. So you have to tackle a whole different niche market area compared to the people that are traveling. But luckily, the people that are traveling know people who are getting married. And that's how you bring it together. So start talking about it, start posting about it, include it. A lot of the times they will already have wedding stuff put together. So let's watch this video. So on the right, I have 3 places for destination weddings under $1,500. Anytime you show them a good price like this, they like that. Complete package, 80 guest, room included. So then I'm going to show them the resorts. Also, I have really nice music on here, but since it's YouTube, I have to hide the music or it copyrights me. So here's the first resort. I'm just showing them. There's Dreams. They like this one a lot. That's in the Hyatt Inclusive Collection, and so is this one. This is a very popular one. Dream Sapphire, the Riviera Maya. Then there's the call to action. To learn how to get this price, visit the link in the bio because it's TikTok. It's got my logo on it. Boom, done. That's easy. They like these. Anytime that they see the prices, people automatically inquire. If you have a good algorithm, this is a great way to just pull in the weddings. Just start talking about it. So, tangible extras for cruise weddings. I always tell you guys, be different. Don't be like every cruise wedding person. So, you can give them a guest manifest, who's booked plus what cabins are available. Once you start reserving them, they're going to only have so many like interiors, so many ocean views. You need to keep up with that and who's booked what. I suggest doing a spreadsheet. Ceremony schedule. You can give them a rough idea if you talk to them and get it emailed to you. You can break it down for them. Wedding checklist. I like to do like the packing list. Yeah, it's all in there. I like to do the packing list. I like to do a cruise list. I also like to do maybe one for what to bring on a wedding or what you can bring because they don't know. You can bring certain things like for your don't get your dress messed up, stuff like that. Like they help out with that. So I normally try to do a little bit of research and see what we can do. Group info sheet, so they get the selling and the port, so they can hand that out to their guest. Travel docs folder. You can just, if you want, I always tell them to make a copy of it, so you can make something for them if they want. I mean, this is just ideas, okay? Vendor confirmations, if they have ordered anything extra, and then guest facts, like check-in exclusions and the dress code. So here are some things that you guys can make, like ChatGPT or Canva, that you can give to your clients for their cruise weddings. Tips and tricks for success. Of course, always confirm sell dates before quoting prices and also make sure that it's available for them to get married on. The cruise weddings fill up very fast, so you're definitely going to want at least 6, 7, 8 months before. That's the earliest too. A lot of the times they sell out because there's only so many weddings that they can have on one cruise, and it's normally only 1 or 2 per cruise. Make sure it's not sold out. Secure the guest list early because this is going to affect the budget and the cabins. When it comes to the group rate, if they get a better rate with the group rate, they need to have at least 8. So we need to know how many people are going on these cabins because I can get you a group rate if you get me 8 cabins, right? Have one decision maker for the couple and family. Encourage early bookings for the best cabin choices. Review the legal requirements for ceremonies and keep inclusions and deadlines documented. Final reminder and next steps. Hey, if you guys like my wedding trainings is a new niche for me to talk about because I used to talk about it way back in the day. But then I was like, you know what? I'm going to train on everything. So if you guys like this, go ahead and comment below and let me know that you liked it, all right? If you guys are looking to push this, share it with me. I'm ready to push it. Tell me you're going to know your next steps. I want to know what's going on. So let me know. But final reminders, you have to make sure you stay organized with group timelines and payments. Make a spreadsheet once you start booking all the rooms. Recommend travel insurance for all the guests. Always get cruise insurance. Don't, because you don't know what can happen on the cruise, and that's really what it covers is when they're on the cruise. And if you have to get life flighted out, that's easily $100,000, $200,000. So get insurance. Use the group perks to add value for the couples. If you've got 8 cabins, put them into a group. Use the perks. And then, of course, always confirm the ceremony details in writing, whether it's an email or whatever they have. Make sure that your clients know, hey, get everything in writing so you can make sure everything's legit when you get on board. Let them know that, all right? So what are your next steps after watching this video? Well, I want you to start researching cruise line wedding packages this week. That's what I want you to do. If you want to push this, log into a couple of your vendors and just ask, like, look around, right? They might have a wedding department. They can email you stuff, so you can email them. And then share one mock cruise wedding post, what I did, on your social media. Go and see what kind of packages and prices you can get. And if you guys want more wedding cruise kind of trainings or just weddings in general and how I make videos and Canva and all of that, go ahead and comment below and let me know. And I will make a list for October. We can do another wedding week because this is the last one, right? This is our last training for the week. So after this, we're going to start talking about perks and all of the benefits for us as advisors. So comment below, let me know. And I'm going to head over to my studio now and read your questions and comments. And I will see you guys next week where we are going to start basically advisor training where we're going to learn about all of our perks. We're going to learn about Ayatan and Clea. And I have a very, very exclusive interview with our Founders Council member, 3-star platinum, 250K income earner. I can keep going. Emily Jimenez, also my mentor. So on the 17th, we are going to meet together and do like an interview so you guys can learn more about how she became a big time income earner and how you can too. So make sure you join me next week. Same place, same time. 5 p.m. PST, Tuesday through Thursday here on YouTube, and I will see you guys in the chat. Thanks so much for watching.